I recently reviewed a retirement plan where one scenario showed that required minimum distributions could be $4.5 million higher than planned. That's right, just that difference in RMDs alone added over $1 million to the client's lifetime tax bill. And the reason this happens? It's baked into how most retirement plans are built. Today, I want to show you how a single planning assumption can completely change everything in retirement. The core question. When we plan 25, 30 years into the future, the question we're really trying to answer is simple. Will you run out of money? And to stress test that, we usually use very conservative rates of return. That's considered responsible planning in our industry, and I agree, it's a good starting point. But here's the catch. If that's where planning stops, it can actually create a completely different risk. Once you know you won't run out of money, it's time to look deeper at rates of return. And I know this sounds almost blasphemous in our world. We're taught, keep return assumptions low, don't overpromise, don't encourage overspending. But relying only on conservative returns can actually hurt you, sometimes dramatically, because if reality turns out better than your assumptions, the IRS isn't going to congratulate you. They'll just recalculate your taxes. A simple example. Let's make this concrete. We'll look at a couple, both 62, who just retired. They need $10,000 per month in net spendable income for living expenses and travel. Assume that amount increases each year with inflation. One spouse has full Social Security benefits of $3,500, the other $150. Both plan to file at full retirement age. On the asset side, $2 million in an IRA and $500,000 in a joint taxable account. Now let's see what happens with RMDs under different return assumptions. Case 1, 5% average return, conservative. RMDs start out a little uncomfortable, maybe just over $100,000 per year by age 75. Slowly increase over time. For someone needing $10,000 per month, it's manageable but not ideal. So far, so good. Case 2, 7% average return. Now the RMDs jump. When they start, we're talking $150,000 per year in forced taxable income, not $100,000. That's $50,000 more per year just because the portfolio grows faster. Case 3, 9% average return. By age 80, RMDs are roughly double compared to the 5% scenario. Just 5 years into RMDs, the difference is huge. By age 95, the cumulative RMD at 9% is more than $4.5 million higher than at 5%. That's a massive difference in forced income that you have to pay taxes on, whether you need the money or not. The tax impact. Now let's talk taxes. Here's what cumulative lifetime taxes look like under these assumptions. 5% return, just under $600,000. 7% return, about $1.2 million. 9% return, approaching $1.7 million. So the couple with 9% returns didn't just make more money, they sent an extra $1.1 million to the IRS that they didn't plan for. The lesson. This shows why, in retirement planning, you absolutely need to plan for what happens if things go worse than expected. No question. But you also need to plan for what happens if things go better than expected. This is where I talk about the golden runway. The golden runway. The golden runway is the period after you stop working, but before Social Security and the IRS take over your income decisions. During this time, you can do Roth conversions, harvest capital gains intentionally, manage tax brackets proactively. You get to choose how much income to recognize and when, instead of reacting later to whatever the IRS forces on your return. And when you do this, it's critical to consider more than just conservative rates of return. A caution. I'm not saying everyone should assume 9% returns in their retirement plan. Please don't crucify me in the comments. But I am saying you need a plan for what happens if returns exceed conservative assumptions. Because as you've seen, that single assumption can completely change your taxes, cash flow, and retirement flexibility. So here's the takeaway. Retirement planning isn't just about avoiding running out of money. It's about managing taxes, RMDs, and income under a range of possible outcomes. Small assumptions today, like your rate of return, can cost over $1 million in lifetime taxes if left unplanned. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.